Hey everyone, Ben from Snowboard Gamer. Welcome to episode 52 of This Week in Board Games. In this weekly show, I share with you all the games we played last week, go over any interesting board game news, and show any new purchases. This marks my 1-year anniversary of doing these weekly videos, and I've had so much fun interacting with all of you guys out there. So thank you for subscribing and following along and leaving comments and talking about board games. It's just been a blast. So here's to another year of This Week in Board Games. In this episode, I'm going to do a spotlight on the game Kingdomino. Kingdomino won the Spile des Jahres last year, which is the board game of the year, and I felt like it was fitting to spotlight it this week, considering that the 2018 Spile des Jahres will be announced on Monday, July 23rd. Kingdomino is for 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up, and plays in 15 minutes. It is a tile-laying game with dominoes with a twist to it. In Kingdomino, each player is exploring lands and claiming them in an effort to build the best kingdom. Players take turns choosing dominoes and placing them in a 5x5 grid around their castle. Each player starts with a king, a castle, and a starting land plot. Deal out 4 random dominoes face down and order them from lowest to highest. Then flip them over. Randomly choose player order to start and take turns placing your king on a domino. Then deal 4 more dominoes out in the same fashion. Turn order always goes from the lowest numbered tile to the highest. The first player takes their tile and places it in their kingdom, then places their king on a tile in the next row. The lower numbered tiles generally aren't as good as the higher tiles, but you will get to go first the next round if you take the lowest one. On the flip side, if you take a really good tile, you will go last next round. When placing a domino in your kingdom, one of the 2 types of terrain has to match. The other half can go up against another type of terrain, but at least one has to match. Your starting castle is wild and can take any type of terrain next to it. Play continues each round, placing 4 new tiles out lowest to highest. If at any time you can't place a domino in your kingdom, either because you can't match it to your terrain, or you can't fit it in your 5x5 grid, the domino is discarded. Your castle doesn't have to be in the middle of your kingdom, but you can't build larger than a 5x5 grid. Scoring is simple. Count the number of squares of terrain that are all connected times the number of crowns in that section. For example, this section would be 21 points. 7 fields times 3 crowns. If I had another section of fields, they would score separately. This section would be 18 points. 3 mines times 6 crowns. Whoever has the most points is the winner. There are several variations you can mix and match as you play Kingdomino. Dynasty, where you play 3 rounds and then take the highest points at the end of 3. The Middle Kingdom, score 10 extra points if your castle is in the middle of your kingdom at the end. Harmony, score an extra 5 points if you complete an exact 5x5 grid without any dominoes discarded. And the Mighty Duel, 2-player 7x7 grid. In a 2-player game, each player gets 2 kings instead of 4, and you still play with 4 dominoes each round. I have Paden on today to talk about Kingdomino. Paden is about to turn 8, and this game is rated for ages 8 and up. What did you think, Paden?
I think it was really good.
What did you like about the game?
I liked how you just build onto your empire and how you score points.
That is pretty cool, because if you have 5 squares and 1 crown, it's only 5 points. But you add a 6th square and another crown, and it goes all the way up to 12 points. That's pretty cool. And the more you get, the more you can get a lot of points. So is there anything that you didn't like about the game?
No.
No? You like everything about it, huh? What age group do you think it's good for? It says 8 and up.
I think 7 and up.
7 and up, you think? You played it when you were 7, totally, right? I also think that 5x5 is fun, but my favorite is the 7x7 2-player. I think that's really where the game shines, because you have a lot more chances to make up for mistakes. See, look, I had some mistakes here. I accidentally goofed up and couldn't fill my whole thing up there. You did a great job on yours.
I didn't goof up. I got it all.
Nice job, Paden. Another thing that's great about this game is that it's less than 20 bucks. I think you can get it for $15 to $18 depending on where you get it. So it's a cheap one. Great for families. You like playing it with your brothers? Awesome. Any other thoughts about the game, Paden?
No.
Nope. I'm going to add one more thought. You can combine this with Queendomino, which is the version 2.0 of Kingdomino, and it's actually more complicated. It's got a few extra mechanics. You can combine them together and go up to 8-player 5x5 or 4-player 7x7. That's pretty cool, huh? All right, well, thanks for joining me today, Paden. Last weekend, Allison and I went to a blogging conference in Charleston. I just want to give a quick shout out to my wife. She runs a home DIY decorating blog, and she's been doing that for over 8 years. She's super talented. She's been the designer behind this whole board game room renovation. She made a blog post about our board game room renovation and how it's coming along. I'll put a link for that blog post. Go check it out. She's done a great job writing about how we put these cabinets together. There's going to be a little mini series on her blog about how we installed the hardware. We still have to put some filler pieces in. I still need to install some lighting. So we've still got a ways to go, but the room is starting to come together. My wife is the brains behind it. She is amazing. Thank you, Allison. You rock. While at the conference, we took some classes on blogging, running a website, which, by the way, I'm working on getting snowboardgamer.com up and running, so stay tuned for that over the next month. I also took a class about video filming and editing. That was really useful. We met some awesome friends there, and we were able to squeeze in a little bit of board gaming. Check it out. We're hanging out in the lobby of the Marriott. We're at a blogging conference, which is not board game related. It's what my wife does, DIY and home related. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Katie. I have a blog at housefulofhandmade.com.
Hi, I'm Allison, and I blog at houseofhepworth.com.
We are playing The Mind right now. What do you guys think?
So far, so fun.
Way fun.
It's a fun one.
You'll never know what I have.
Here's my deck, my cards. Oh! Go check out Katie's blog. She does a great job over there. Oh, and they like the game so much that they ordered it the next day from Amazon UK since it's not in print in the US yet. The Mind is for 2 to 4 players ages 8 and up and plays in 15 minutes. In The Mind, you're trying to play cards in sequential order from lowest to highest in the middle of the table, but you don't know what cards everyone else has. Such a simple game, and I'm wondering why it took so long to come up with this idea. We keep playing it probably because it's so easy to get to the table. Plays in 15 minutes, you can teach it in about 2 minutes. This is a fun one, and it was nominated for the Spile des Jahres. It's up against Azul and Luxor. We'll see who wins when they announce it on Monday. The next game we played is Happy Salmon, and this game is hilarious. It comes in this little salmon zipper pouch here. Happy Salmon is for 3 to 6 players ages 6 and up and plays in 2 minutes. In Happy Salmon, everyone gets the same 12 cards. You have 4 different cards, 3 of each, and you're either gonna high five people, pound it, do a little Happy Salmon thing, or switch at the table. And you can do the loud, crazy version or the silent version. Check out a little gameplay from it. 3, 2, 1, go. Silent is hand signals, no talking. I posted a full gameplay video a while ago. I'll link it in the video. So go check that out if you want to see a full game of Happy Salmon. The next game we played is Magic Maze. This one was nominated for the Spile des Jahres last year and lost to Kingdomino. This is a very fun game where you've got these 4 adventurers who've lost their stuff and they go to a local mall to rob it and get all their provisions and their equipment that they need in order to complete their next adventure. It's a silly theme, but you're working together to explore this mall. You can't talk and you have to move the little guys around the board. There's security cameras you have to disable. You have to eventually find your items and then find the exit before time runs out. And there's certain spots where you can flip the timer over, but if it ever runs out, the game's over. It's for 1 to 8 players, ages 8 and up, and plays in 15 minutes. The last game we played is Good Cop, Bad Cop. This is for 4 to 8 players, ages 12 and up, and plays in 10 to 20 minutes. Good Cop, Bad Cop is a bluffing game of secret identities about a corrupted police district. You're either an honest or a crooked cop, and you're trying to figure out who's who and take out the leader of the other team. And now for the news. First off, congrats to Andrew Frost, who won the Altiplano giveaway for July. He already owned the game and said he's going to give it to a friend, so I'm excited to see what his friend thinks of Altiplano. Stay tuned for August's giveaway, which will launch on August 1st. Dice Forge is getting an expansion. I'm really excited about this, and thanks to the Game Table on Instagram for bringing this to my attention. They haven't announced when it's coming out yet, but my guess would be later this year, early next year. I'm looking forward to that. Big thanks to Donald Roden, who left a comment last week and brought to my attention that there's a new version of Codenames coming out this year. It's called Codenames Harry Potter. It's based off of the Codenames Duet, the 2-player version of Codenames with a Harry Potter theme. So if you like Harry Potter, definitely check that one out. Sounds pretty cool. For my new purchases, I picked up one thing on Amazon Prime Day. If you follow me on Facebook, I posted all the deals that I found on Amazon Prime Day. There were some really good board game deals. Normally I like to support the local game store, but when they have super deals online, it's kind of hard to refuse. I picked up Kodama the Tree Spirits. This is a game where you play these cards and there's branches of a tree that you're building. It looks really cool. I've been eyeing it for a while and it was like 12 or 13 bucks. I think it's normally close to 20 bucks. So that was a good deal. I am interested to try this one out. One last thing, next week's episode will be a special episode of Funko BenCon 2.0. We started the tradition of Funko BenCon last year when I went to see my cousins, Will and Amy, and their kids, and hang out with them all weekend and play board games. I'm not technically their uncle, so they called me their fake uncle. That's where they came up with Funko Ben. So stay tuned for that. I'll link Funko BenCon 1.0 video if you want to go check that out from last year. Thanks for watching, everyone. I am having a blast. My 1-year anniversary. This is amazing. Stay tuned for next week's episode, and I'll see you then. Bye.